Good afternoon, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for August 26, 2014, 2:30 p.m. in Belleville, Massachusetts. Very nice and sunny day. Humidity's on the rise, highs in the 80s. Some news to report. Happy National Dog Day in the United States. And also, the New England Patriots traded guard Logan Mankins to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for tight end Tim Wright and a draft pick in 2015. Logan played for the Patriots for 9 seasons. He made the Pro Bowl 6 times. It's sad to see Logan go, but you know, he really wanted out of New England, I heard, and something like that. And it's sad to see him go, but that's how sports are these days. Players do not stay at one team their entire careers in this day and age. There's very few players who do that, and Logan's not going to be that one. But good luck to him in Tampa Bay. My next subject on my video blog series is about the classic television sitcom Welcome Back, Kotter. Welcome Back, Kotter was a funny show, and it was about a teacher and a group of kids called the Sweat Hogs, and it was a popular hit on ABC. It ran from September 9th, 1975 through June 8th, 1979 on ABC. It was starring Gabe Kaplan as Gabe Kotter, the teacher, and also co-starring his wife Marsha Strashman as Julie Kotter, his wife, John Sylvester White as Mr. Michael Woodman, the vice principal and eventually principal of Buchanan High School. And at the Sweat Hogs, the group that Kotter taught, he will portray by the Sweat Hogs. John Travolta as Vinnie Barbarino, Ron Palio as Arnold Horshack, Lawrence Hilton, James Jacobs as Freddie Boom Boom Washington, and Robert Higgs as Juan Epstein. And this series was based on remedial classes at the fictional James Buchanan High School in Brooklyn, New York, and Mr. Kotter was actually part of the Sweat Hogs group when he was in high school, and he came back to teach at his alma mater high school, and like the antics of like the Sweat Hogs was kind of very juvenile and stuff like that, but it was very funny. The show had a lot of famous sayings like "up your nose with a rubber hose" that was said by Vinnie Barbarino, and he would also say "ba ba 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 Barbarino." And also another one is Arnold Horshack. He would say every time when Kotter would say a question, he said, "Ooh, ooh, 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 ooh," and he would have a ha 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 ha. And also like Washington, Freddie Washington says, "Hi there." And also and Juan Epstein says he would always have a note from his mother excusing him from class. "Mr. Kotter, Juan cannot be in class today because he's sick," or he had a CD patella or something like that. And also these antics with the Sweat Hogs and Mr. Kotter didn't really go well with Mr. Woodman, the vice principal of Buchanan High School. And you know, and even the Sweat Hogs hanged out with Mr. Kotter out of school. They even went to his apartment sometimes, which got his wife Julie mad sometimes. But you know, the show was a pretty good hit on ABC for the first season. It was ranked number 18th in the ratings, and its theme song "Welcome Back" at the beginning of the show, sung by John Sebastian, became a #1 hit on the radio. It was the #1 popular song in the spring of 1976. And the first season of Welcome Back, Kotter, there was some controversy because the ABC affiliate in Boston, Channel 5, WCVV, we at first initially refused to carry the show because back in the mid-70s there was a busing issue in Boston that had like a lot of racial elements on it, and with Welcome Back Cotter's diverse cast. They thought that would continue to add fuel to the ongoing busing crisis they had in Boston. But when the show became a big hit, the ABC Channel 5 relented and decided to show the show Welcome Back Kotter. The first few weeks were actually were shown on WSBK TV 38. And also, another controversy that happened is that a lot of real life teachers did not really like how Kotter was portrayed as a kind of like buttering up to his students in real life, and they thought that was a little kind of not appropriate. And also, there was even producers had to form a kind of a union to protect the actors from being, sued by the teachers. And also other things with the controversial, a lot of people thought the show was kind of glorified juvenile stuff and this like that, but the show survived those controversies. And the next season, the 1976-1977 season, it was ranked number 13th as the top in the ratings. That's amazing. Season 3 had a lot of changes to the show, like Mr. Kotter and his wife Julie had twin babies, Robin and Rachel, and also like the Sweat Hogs got a female cast, a female Sweat Hog, Angie. She was played by Melody Hayter. There was actually a recurring character of a female Sweat Hogs the first season, Rosie Hotsy Totsy, played by Deborah Lee Scott, but she only lasted a few episodes and she disappeared. But she kind of came back for a third season for like a cameo stuff. And and the ratings declined in the third season, reaching number 27th. And Gabe Kaplan told the producers of Welcome Back Kotter, especially James Comax, whose production company owned the show, said the actors who plays the Sweat Hogs were kind of very old to be playing high school students, because they were like close to the late 20s. And he said the people aren't, the show's declining. I think the suggestion he made to the producers, have the Sweat Hogs go to a community college in Brooklyn and have Mr. Kotter go to their teacher in one of their classes at the community college. And the production company gave it some serious consideration, but they didn't fall through. They didn't proceed with that storyline, which would have been a very interesting storyline if that continued maybe on the fourth season. But when the fourth season happened on Welcome Back Kotter, a lot of changes happened. Mr. Woodman was promoted to principal of Buchanan High School, and Kotter was promoted to vice principal of Buchanan High School. Also, John Travolta, who played Vinnie Barbarino, he only appeared in a handful of episodes because this is when the time his movie career was taking off. Saturday Night Fever and Grease were major hits, and he decided that a television show, he thought he was too big for the show to be on a television show, so he continued on his movie career. He only appeared on maybe 8 episodes on the fourth season. And also with the clashes between Gabe Kaplan and the producers of the show, James Comax, he decided not to be on. He decided to make random appearances during the fourth and final season, which that really hurt the ratings. Also, they introduced another Sweat Hog who was a southern guy. He was named Bo, and he was played by Steven Shortheg. And also another change that happened on the fourth season, Kotter's wife Julie worked at the school as a secretary, but these changes did not help the show. The show fell out of the top 30, and in June of 1979, ABC decided to cancel Welcome Back Kotter, which was, probably the right thing to do. But, you know, this Welcome Back Kotter probably could have had a longer run if Gabe Kapler had his way and had, like, the Sweathawks go to a community college and Kotter follows them with them to the community college. I think the show could have lasted maybe 1 or 2 more years, because the actors who were playing the Sweatdogs were close to like 30 years old, and the people really didn't believe, didn't really like them as like high school students, like for several years. And afterwards, like, Welcome Back Kotter was shown on syndication, was shown in Boston on WLVI TV 56, and also WSMW TV 27. In the early 90s, it appeared on cable, first on the USA Network for a couple of years in the early 90s, and also Nick at Night showed it on the air for about 2 years, but those reruns didn't last long. Also, there was an E! True Hollywood story about Welcome Back Kotter in the year 2000. It was a pretty good E! True Hollywood story. And also, MeTV has Welcome Back Kotter reruns on the air. It's shown weeknights at 9:30 p.m. right now, but next week I think it's only going to be 2 episodes 1 day a week during the comedy block from 10 to 11. And Welcome Back Kotter had a very good legacy. I think it was one of the best sitcoms of all time. It launched the career of John Travolta as a major movie star, and it was also good for Gabe Kaplan, because after Welcome Back Kotter, he continued his comedy career, and eventually he became a poker player. Another big, and also like his wife who played on there, Julie Kotter, who the actress Marsha Man, she actually starred in a few movies. I think she starred in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Honey, I Blew Up the Baby. That was pretty good. And all the other actors on the show, like, didn't do too much after their Welcome Back Kotter career. I think 2 of them have since passed away. Ron Pardo and Robert Hughes passed away in 2012. Yeah. And Welcome Back Kotter's legacy is probably very good, and you could see the reruns on MeTV, or you could buy the complete set of DVDs, which is on sale now through Shout Factory. And that's about it on Welcome Back Kotter. I'll be back later for the 3rd and final video blog of the night. Goodbye, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. See you later. And don't forget, if you want to PM me about a suggestion or a shout out, I'll do it. Bye now.